pause this recording often to work on your project. Welcome to Computer Literacy, the final project. What we're going to do today is we're going to look at Section 1 and Section 2 of the project. Both of these have their own drop boxes, and I'm going to show you how to do them in OpenOffice Writer and Microsoft Word, and in OpenOffice Calc, and in Microsoft Excel. Once again, there's a section 1 and a section 2 in this assignment. So the first one we're going to look at is the flyer. Okay, it says create a flyer with a picture and a table. Problem: Unique Physique distributes a 4-color brochure to each of its clients and displays them in a local business. The center manager has asked you to create a monthly 2-page flyer to accompany a brochure. So part 1, using the information in figures 1 and 2 below, create the flyer. Enter the text and table in the flyer, checking spelling as you type, and then format it as shown in the figure. Create clip art similar to that in the flyer and size it appropriately. Okay, to turn on check spelling as you type, come over here to Tools. This is for OpenOffice Writer. Go to Language, go for All Text and click More, and then click Writing Aids. Under Writing Aids, you can check spelling as you type by just clicking in this little box here and click OK. In Microsoft Word, to turn on spell check as you type, go to Review, click on Language, click Language Preferences, come up to Proofing, and make sure you've got a check mark and check spelling as you type. If you don't do this, you must run a spell check at the end, which is clicking on this in Microsoft Word or checking this in OpenOffice Writer. So the first thing we're supposed to do is we're supposed to write a title. Title style, size 48, Bondini font, centered color green. Okay. So here I am in OpenOffice Writer. I'm going to click the center button. I'm going to look for size 48. Click this down, find size 48. I want Bondini for my style, so I click down here and I find Bondini. And color it green. So right here under the A, click that color down and I find an appropriate green font. So now I write Unique Physique. So I might have to highlight that and put the color on that. Now I come down to the next line. So what am I doing with Microsoft Word? Once again, it's the same thing. I center it. I make sure it's 48, C11 here. Change that to 48. Change Calibri to Bondini. Make sure it's centered, which I have. And give it green font. So I click under the font color here, and I give it a green color. Whatever green color you want. And I put in here Unique Physique. Next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to put in this middle business, center hours, Monday through Friday, 6:30 a.m. to 10 p.m. Saturday and Sunday, 8 a.m. to 2 p.m. I want it size 18, Calibri font, black in color. So I come over here and I change this to size 18. Change this to black. This is Microsoft Word. Change this to Calibri. So I come back down and I find Calibri in the style listings. Okay, so I write center hours, Monday through Friday. (6:30 a.m.) to 10 p.m. I click enter. Saturday and Sunday, 8 a.m. to 2 p.m. Better put a space in there. Okay, so now I'm going to do the same in Writer. I'm going to change my font to what? 18 Calibri black. So click this down, Calibri, 18, and black. And now I just type it in. Okay, next thing we do, come on down and we write an 18-point Calibri blue. So we're already at Calibri, we're already 18 point, and you see this is left aligned. So to left align this, I just click the left align button. And I type in new at the gym. So I'm going to highlight it. There's the blue. Change it black to black. Click enter. Now you notice I have a bulleted list here. It says font size 18, which we're at. Calibri, we're at that. Font bulleted list with italicized headings. We're going to add a bulleted list. Turn them on with italicized headings. So there's the I for italics. Okay. Do we want this blue? No. I want it black. So I'm going to turn on the black color. Okay, so I need to make this black. Come on down. So I go to the other slide, and this is on Microsoft Word. And I come on over, click enter. Then I click left align. And I'm going to make this blue. So I click this down, and I click blue. And I click in here, new at the gym. I turn on bullets. And this is yoga classes. So I'm going to change this to black. Click this down and hit black. Okay. So I enter. And I just, oh, this needs to be italicized. So you highlight this and you click italics, I. right there. So what are we writing here? Yoga classes provide a welcoming space for anyone and everyone to experience the empowering effects of yoga. Now see if you have a misspelling, it's going to put a wavy red underline under that. So I'd right click that and I would find the correct spelling out of the list and click on it. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and write the same thing in Writer. So remember when you're doing this that only the heading here is italicized. This paragraph is not italicized. So remember to turn it on for the heading and turn it off for the paragraph. So if I want this to look like this, it's indented, I can just click the indent this whole thing button right here. If you just want to do this as is, you can do that. And I go back to my default here to write my second paragraph. And once again, I can push it in if I want and have it line up just like this. Another way you can go about this is I can just go hold down the shift key and click enter, and it's not going to provide me with another bullet. All I have to do is turn off italics and start writing my second paragraph. So once again, you can get the same effect by just doing a shift enter after trainers and taking off the italics. Okay. And this one, all we did is we did a shift enter after personal trainer and then took off the italics and continued writing this particular paragraph. Now, I don't see anywhere where it says that you're going to be disqualified or get points off for having a bullet here. But once again, if this is a concern of yours, I would do, so I turn off the bullet and then just click the increase the indent on the paragraph with Microsoft Word. So you might have a couple indents here. It's probably easier here to just once again do the shift enter and then just take off the italics and you can go and write the rest of the paragraph here. See, it's the same thing whether you're in Word or in Writer, Microsoft Word or OpenOffice Writer. Once again, in writing the dietary consultation, the trick to coming down to the next line without giving it an extra bullet is to hold down the shift key and click enter. So we're going to force a new page, or you just click enter on down till it turns a new page for you. But we're going to the second page here. I always think it looks better if I force a new page, but you can go give yourself a new page just by going enter, enter, enter until it pops up a new page. But I just like to hold down the control key and hit enter, and it brings me to the second page. So what we're supposed to do in the second page, we're supposed to make this size 18 Calibri in a blue font. Then I just highlight center happenings. I change it to Calibri 18 blue. And I come on down to the next one. So I'm changing it's still 18 Calibri font black, but I want it black. So I'm going to change this to black now. And I'm going to write Joan Reynolds joined the center, blah, blah, blah. And we'll do the next paragraph. So I noticed when I typed this, what happened was it made everything italicized and pushed it over. So I can fix that. I just highlight everything, click off the I for italics, and I can push it back. See the push it back, increase, decrease indent button? So that'll bring it back underline with the center happenings. So next I'm going to, here we change from size 18 to size 20 Calibri, and we change it to bold. Okay, so we're going to click enter and click enter a couple times, and I'm going to change this from 18 to 20. And I click the B for bold, the call for an appointment. Extension 454 or 987 555 1234. So once again, with Microsoft Word, it's the same thing. Once again, you can click enter several times. It'll take you to the next page and just write it. And it's the same thing. I see a green wavy underline on there. College should be capitalized. So you can right click and correct it. Okay. So once again, if you're doing it in Writer, it's the same thing pretty much. Just make it bold and type in what you need to type and increase it to 20 and put a bold on it, right? So it looks like the next thing I do is I put a picture in here and center the picture. So I'm going to click in here, insert, and go find me a picture. Picture from file. So I might have an exercising picture or might get one off the internet. So here I'm in the internet. I go into Google Images, type in here exercise. So I find a picture I want to use. Perhaps this one. And I right click this picture. I click save image as. Call it exercise. And I put a little note where it's found. It's found on Genetics and Society. I'm going to go to the page. And I'll write this information here. Right click copy. I'll just take a note of it. Put a little note. I like to put it notepad, but you can write it right in the document if you'd like. So the notation of this would be author was Reynolds. You might not have an author, okay? And it's from the Center of Genetics and Society. It's the name of the web page. And the name of the picture is called Running and .jpg. I got this information now, and I have it retrieved 3/8/2015. And you put a period after that, and you've got it. That's all you have to write. So I'm going to highlight all this, copy it. You just need to give credit if you use a picture. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to click enter, and I'm going to click center. I'm going to post that picture and go insert picture from file. So it's going to be wherever I put it. I find it in the list exercise. Click open. That's huge. I want to make it smaller, so I just drag it to a more appropriate size. See those green sizing handles? Just drag it to it till it's appropriate size, right? Now I'm going to put that information really tiny. I'm not going to require you to do this, but it's always a good professional practice to include a citation when you copy something off the internet, okay? So I grab the information I got, and I can right click copy, and I'm going to paste it right here. And generally speaking, if you're in Microsoft Word, you don't have to cite clip art, but I don't believe you have clip art or anything you can use in Open Office Writer. And I would just do that just because, you know, it's the thing to do. So I'm going to bring this back up to Calibri. It's telling me that it wants me to do size 24. So I'm going to bump that up to size 24. Tells me it wants to be bold, have it bold. They want it blue, so I click this down to blue. I'm just going to write this schedule for December. So we're going to center this. It didn't seem to center. We're going to blue it since it didn't seem to make it blue. I'm going to come down. And now we're going to insert a table. So let me see how this table is. It is 1, 2, 3, 4 columns by 1, 2, 3 rows. Go table, insert table. So I have 4 columns and 2 rows. So I just click OK. Actually, I have another one. So I'm going to click this to add a row to the bottom. So I'm going to put this, we want this what? Green background, green fill. So I'm going to click this color, background color button to green. And you want white lettering. So I'm going to click this A to white. And I can type in here Tuesday. You know what? I'm just going to type them all. Thursday, Friday, and make them all white. Just highlight everything, click white. Coming down here, this is 16 font of your choice. So I'm just going to change this to 16. And I'm going to type in here yoga, 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock. AM. Let's click on the next one, advanced weight training. So once again, this is supposed to be what? 16. This is 18. I want to bump it down to 16. So once again, you go put in all the information, and then you just check it to make sure they're all 16. Yeah, the size is 16 in all these. Then you're almost ready to finish. Microsoft Word is a little easier because you don't have to get a picture off the internet. I just click enter, then I come down to center with the center button. Then I'm going to insert a picture. I go to the insert menu. I click, actually I'm going to do clip art. I click clip art. I don't have to make a citation if it's clip art, so I'm going to click exercise. Click go. And I put in the picture of my choice. Now once again, this is Humongo. I can click down on the sizing handles. The sizing handles are not green in this program. Just drag it down till it's appropriate size. I click enter. Then I put in here schedule for December once again. Once again, making sure that it's 24 calibri, bold, blue, and centered. Once again, I'm going to insert a table. I'm going to make it 1, 2, 3, 4 columns, 3 rows. Insert table, 4 columns, 3 rows. Then I put in do the same things here once again. I click shading and I make it a green for the whole row here. And white lettering. So finishing up the Microsoft Word document, I noticed that this looks a little different. It's centered. If yours is not centered, you can always click in here and click center if you like. If you want it bold so it looks more like this, you can highlight the whole row and click it bold. It's up to you. It's your presentation. It doesn't take off any points if you don't. But some of you guys, I know you don't want to take any chances, so that's how you do that, okay? And just make sure that yours looks like the example here. And we're going to spell check. Very important you do a spell check. So in Microsoft Word. So I'm going to go over to review. I click the spelling and grammar. And it says fragment. I'm going to click enter here. Click enter here. The spelling and grammar check is complete. So I've finished everything I want to spell check. I've made the changes I want to make. So now the only thing left for me to do is to save this. And how do I want it saved? It says I'm supposed to save it as flyer underscore your underscore name. So I'm going to go click File, Save As, and put it in my computer literacy folder. Call this flyer underscore Ms. Hadley. There you go. That's the Word document. Writer document, same thing. What you're going to do is you're going to run a spell check. So you click ABC. It says needs to be Gretchen. Okay, I say a change. Running JPEG. Nope, that's the name of the file. So I'm just going to leave it. I click ignore once. HTTP, ignore that. Ignore this reference for the internet. And ignore that article PHP. There you go. Now that's an accepted AM spelling, so you can click ignore all. PM's accepted spelling, so you ignore that too. So click continue the spelling at the beginning. The spell check is complete. So once again, you give it a look over. Is it the way you want to look? If it is, you save it. Go File, Save As. Once again, Flyer your name. Flyer underscore Ms. Oops, no dots, underscore Hadley. Click save. So now let's look at the scoring to create a flyer with a picture and a table. And it's possible 25 points. Contains all the information in figures 1 and 2. So that you have all the information that is on both pages. Flyer is formatted using the guidelines in figure 1 and 2. So make sure that you've got, where it says Calibri, you have Calibri. Where it says Bondani, you have Bondani or whatever else. Flyer contains no spelling, grammar, or punctuation errors. So that, what are we grading for? You're following the guidelines, and you've got no spelling or grammar errors, okay? And it has all the information. Okay, now we're ready for part 2, the Excel document. Once again, I have it if you've got OpenOffice Calc or if you've got Excel. I'll show you how to do it both ways. You only have to do it one way, okay? So section 2 of the final project is to create a spreadsheet analyzing services and sales. So the problem is Tanya would like to review service and sales figure for the center and ask you to assist her in creating a worksheet. So what you do is you start your spreadsheet program, create a spreadsheet exactly like the one shown in the figure below. So I'm going to enter the data exactly as they have this. So I come here, this is Word, this is the first one. Then I will do it in Calc, okay? I'll do it first in Word, then I'll do it in Calc. So I'm doing unique, physique, service and sales. I'm going to click enter, come down. Then I come down and I go months. Then number of clients. Service. And sales. Now I'm going to double click in between number of clients. And then I'm going to drag this out over service. And I'm going to drag this out a little bit over sales. So now I can just enter. So I just copy what they have here. So just type the individual lines, go tab to each particular column, then click enter to come back to the next one. Once again, I click enter to come down to the beginning of the next line. Once again, if this becomes too skinny and it's truncated, I just come between the C and the D and drag it out so I can see everything. I continue typing. So you finish typing in everything from the spreadsheet into the spreadsheet. Just type it in there. You should have 21 rows. So just copy it exactly as they have it. And it's going to be the exact same thing in OpenOffice Calc. Now you notice that in Calc, I have red wavy underlines under consolation. That's because it should be what? Consultation. So I can click my spell check. And it offers that. So I say, okay, change all, because that's what is correct. So I click change all. I click yes. Click OK. So that fixed my spelling mistake. So once again, it's the same thing in Calc. You just enter the different categories here. Just type it in. If something's not big enough, drag it out between the letters up at the top so it comes to be the right size. And another little thing is you can double click. That'll snap it to the largest number in there, okay? Between the letters. like this. We'll scrunch it up a little bit. But we're going to do something different with the top here, so don't bother with A just yet. So what do we do after we get everything typed? Okay, so it says center and merge cells A1 to D1. So I click in cell A1, and I go to D1. I just make all that blue, just drag from A1 to D1, and then I center and merge. So I click center. Format, merge. Okay, this is for calc. Okay, it's going to be a little different with Excel. So center and merge cells A2 to D2. Make sure that the font, okay, make sure the font size is 18. Lucinda in dark green. So I click here. Go look for Lucinda. $18. Dark green. You can do this. You can do your favorite Lucinda. Okay, no problem. So A2 to D2 merge those center and merge those cells. 14 times New Roman black. Okay, so we're going to highlight these cells. We're going to center them. Click the center button. We're going to merge them. So I'm going to go Format, Merge Cells. So I'm going to go Times New Roman, 14, and it already is black. Okay, so it says give the cells in row 3 a light purple fill color. Row 3. So I'm just going to highlight these. Light purple fill color. This is the bucket. That's the fill color. So I click this down. Light purple. There you go. It's kind of dark to me, okay? Give the months in column A a light blue color. Highlight them. Click the fill color. So I'm just going to give a light blue fill color there. There you go. Okay, make the headings in row 3 centered in black. Bold, size 12, Times New Roman bold, size 12, centered in black. Okay, up top here. Center them. Bold them. Times New Roman. Size 12. Okay. Says make the months in column A Times New Roman bold, size 12 and black. Times New Roman 12. Okay, they already are in black. So okay, so this one here, you see how you can't see all the type in here? I'm going to double click right between the B and the C, and that should make it wide enough so you can see the name of that title. You might have to do that. Okay. So what does it say? Add the label total in A22. Come on down, A22, and we'll type the word total. Use the sum function to add the totals for number of clients and sales. Okay, so I'm going to add everything up here. So I click the Add 'em Up button. Automatically chooses everything above it, which is what you want. And then I'm going to add up totals for the number of sales. Once again, I'm going to click the function button. It's the sum button. It should add up everything above that. So there you go. You're all finished for your calc. So let's finish it up for Excel. So once again, Excel, highlight A through D. And what we're going to do is we're going to click the merge and center button. We just have to click it once. That'll merge and center everything. And we'll be doing it 18 Lucinda dark green. 18 Lucinda. Once again, you have your choice of Lucindas there. Dark green. Okay. Merge and center cells A2. So you select, drag from A to D, and click your merge and center button right here. This is Excel, right? So you want to make it size 14. So here's 11 to 14. You want to make the size Times New Roman in black. So it's already in black. All you do is Times New Roman. So come on down to Times New Roman. Okay, make the headings of rows light purple fill color. So here is the green. There's the fill color. Click this down and a light purple fill color. And these rows, light blue fill color. Okay. Make the headings in row 3 Times New Roman, bold 12, centered in black. Times New Roman, 12. Click this down, click 12. Black. Click the center button right here. And black. They're already black. Once again, I might have to make this fatter to be able to see everything. So I make the months here. Times New Roman, bold 12. I guess these have to be bold too. Put the word total in here. Add them up. Now, once again, your add them up button's right up here. So I click the sum button, click enter. Go over here, click the sum button again, enter. Spreadsheet has all the information in figure 3. Get 10 points. If it's formatted using the instructions for part 2, you get 10 points. So possibility of 20 points per spreadsheet. So what do I save it as? Hadley spreadsheet, spreadsheet Hadley, right? Click over here. Save once again. Spreadsheet underscore Miss Hadley. And we're all done. Just make sure, once again, it's always a good idea to double check, make sure you don't have any spelling errors. And it's all ready to type it in, and there you go. There's your A. Once again, all the information formatted using the instructions, and there you got the total points. Okay, so there you have it in Excel. Same thing with Calc. Save button. There you go. Spreadsheet. Underscore Miss Hadley. Or whatever your name is. There you go. And you're done.